Okay, here we go. Dory's official first video for Dory's channel, Rant to Debates. I want to practice more to make myself more comfortable talking on video and get more comfortable with the setup. This is the nerd den or library, if you would. And I titled the channel Rant and Debate because I want to talk about lots of nerdy stuff. And I decided to make this channel because my friends and I always have these great debates or rants about certain Marvel or DC or Star Wars things that we always talk about. And some of the stuff that we said is never even heard in certain videos or things that we search up. So we thought we should just make a channel or just talk about it. Have great conversations about it. And have other my buddies here and we just talk about it. But like I said, I'm just getting used to this setup and having to have fun with it. I'll probably talk about the rants in another video, and the rants won't be 100% random, just randomly hero stuff, but it'll probably be both for my, I already wrote some stuff down that I want to talk about, and I was ranting hit certain key points, but for this video, I just talk about the battle/debates. And if you don't know what that is when people get characters from other genres, such as Marvel or DC, or maybe it's a one character and they battle each other and see who will win based off those two characters, like if it's Deathstroke or Deadpool, or just for an example, those two different genres. Maybe they go from Star Wars to Harry Potter. They just find a character. Maybe it's a team, and they based off of those two teams or characters to see who will win between those two. And yeah, there's plenty of those all over. Lots of the Facebook or YouTube. They always have all different battles where people think who they think they will win. But there's certain things that me and my friends talk about that's never hit sometimes. They never hit in some of the conversations. And I guess I can explain them now. So one of my least favorite debates that I like is the ones that are based off votes. The ones that are based off popularity. I always see those battles against like, they always have different characters. Maybe like Scorpion, they go from Mortal Kombat and put them against like a DC or DC character or a Marvel character, and somebody just voting off of who they think they're gonna win based on popularity. It doesn't really put a good factor of the characters in that. Doesn't really I would say put the characters in a good battle zone. It's all, like I said, popularity. So it's not really a good battle base for me. One of my least favorites. It's cool to see who people think they're their favorite, but still not one of my favorites. But another point that I feel like we always add is the feats. The ones I see on Facebook is they're all just based off people typing stuff, or maybe they were looking searching something up, or maybe it's they list a character and all their feats. They're all based on all the things they've accomplished and done based on this character. I mean, that's feats aren't my favorite thing either, because like my thing is a feat, the feat that's something that's a great accomplishment, I should say, that they've done shouldn't always say there's a victor. What's a good example? Like Superman. I just using it for the sake of popularity. People know him. He's super strong. So for the sake of that character, he's super powerful, super known. Walk through the sun. People think that he can't be touched most of the time, even though he has his weakness. But people like see I use that character, but can't be beat by certain things. But I'm gonna use his feats as an example that he can be beat by somebody who's not as strong as him, but has an abnormal ability. That's what I want to hit. An abnormal power or an ability or something that a character has in different genres from different abilities. Say it was a wizard from Harry Potter or somebody from Star Wars, and they cross mingling with a different genre and have an ability that's completely unknown and abnormal to this character. I always think, how would they react to it? How would they battle back to it? How would they fight it? It's people make it seem like it's like, oh, they just can break it off or superpower, but they don't give me a good example of how they actually stop it. Example, I'm gonna keep using Superman because he's a powerful guy, super huge, have all his abilities, walk through the sun. They say he chained the planets together and pulled them in one comic book. He has all these feats, and people when they're on Facebook like, well, he already did these amount of feats, so no matter who he's facing on the other side, they can't win. They automatically just rule it off the winner. Like, yeah, but they forget strength isn't always a factor in a fight. An abnormal ability or somebody who's just a genius, intellect can beat brute strength almost any time. It happened plenty of time in comic books or anime. You'll see a character with an intellect or not as strong as the average character beat them. They don't list these in certain battles. I'm gonna list the powers such as mind control. Mind control is one of the most common abilities you see in all types of anime and comics all over the place. But it's such an abnormal ability that is really hard to defend. So Superman versus like Kilgrave, Purple Man, if you don't know him, one of the most powerful mind controls that I know of. Lots of different versions of mind control than just like you look into my eyes or a pocket watch or somebody speaking. There's different versions of it that make it more powerful. And Superman himself is one of the most powerful beings, and he's been mind controlled on a few different occasions that I know of. No matter how powerful he is, somebody control him, it's over. Joker at one time controlled him in Injustice series that I know of, took control of him and made him kill his wife, made him think it was Doomsday. Type of mind control. Not that this isn't a ploy to hate Superman. I'm just gonna reiterate, it's not. Just that I'm just trying to elaborate the fact that an abnormal ability, such as simple as mind control, and Kilgrave has no physical strength or ability, but simply just a mere thought of his voice can make anybody do anything, no matter how strong they are. And Superman does have super sensitive hearing. So somebody can come control his Kilgrave from home to the comic book can probably just whisper to him and tell him to do something simple as to kill a bunch of people or snap his own neck because he has the strength and he can win. Even though he have all of these feats and Kilgrave doesn't, he's not as strong as him. Kilgrave have controlled a lot of heroes and villains throughout his time, but just saying, like, for the sake of the feats, it's never mentioned in those things. I'm gonna reiterate, I don't think a feat, great accomplishment can always beat somebody who has less, just because their power might be abnormal and different, and they're from a different genre. So the other character won't know how to respond or fight back to that. Or maybe just that they're more intelligent, they have a different factor that makes them different than somebody who's super strong. I always like the factor of those things in one of the battles. And another one that never ever get talked about in any battle ever that I've ever seen of, nothing ever occurred, is the character traits of the character. Nobody ever talks about the actual. They have their abilities and their stats. These are his stats. These are his stats. Boom, mush them up together and see who's going to win. They always do that, but they forget about the actual character and how they will respond in a fight. I'm gonna use Superman again, not a hate page, but for popularity and for the sake of the conversation. I've come across this multiple times where people were like, Superman's battling. They put him across genres for different character, like Saitama, if you don't know One Punch Man, or Hulk. Other characters they fought over time, like, oh, Superman can just take him to space and put him out there in space. I'm like, yeah, I think about Superman's character. Like any other character in comic books, they have a character development throughout time and how they would react and what they would do. As a good guy, Superman wouldn't just take the people and just take them to space right off the bat. That's kind of not what he'd do. Nobody ever takes into consideration when they talk about each character. Think about how the character will react in a certain situation, not how you will react and how you will respond to it. You gotta think of that character based on the book you read or the anime you read, and think like, yeah, they probably would do this instead of this because you've seen them do this. You see them do it a certain way the entire time. So imagine Superman just put everybody in space. Imagine that. Somebody's robbing the bank. I'm gonna take them to space real quick. Superman, chill. We got regular prisons. We got nah. I'm gonna take them to space. It's kind of my thing. Superman. We have regular prisons. Like they just robbed the bank. I'm going to take them to space. It's kind of what I do. Wouldn't be Superman if we just do it right to space. For the sake of the conversation, other characters, people always put themselves in the sake of the character. Or I would do this. Well, you're not the character. That's a feat that's one of the things that I always see in all of the battles, that people just mash their powers together and put them against each other without taking a character. It depends also which version of the character we're talking about. Are they older? Are they younger? Because they'll probably fight differently or have a different method based on like the character throughout time, throughout the issue. It's an alternate universe. You gotta make sure you specify the character and where we're coming from, so we can get a good base of the battle. Like I said, if they're younger or older or where they're exactly coming from, so it can basically pair it against it and think about how the character will react versus this character. If they see something abnormal, they having a battle against them, it just, the way it can balance a little better, if that makes sense. So I always see these are the facts that I always see in certain battles that never take place, and I'm like, I'm watching, like, well, this character wouldn't do this based off the comic books I read. He wouldn't react that way from what I've seen. This is a personal bias that I've seen from you. So these are some of the qualities that I thought I can bring into the battles and debates when I start this. Well, I'm starting the channel. I'm now when I keep going on with the channel and getting more getting more comfortable with talking and having fun with the channel, better setups, having some other buddies on it with me, having some good debates and having other things in that. But like I said, practice videos, still getting used to it and gonna have fun with the debates over time, hopefully. So continuation.